We are trying to extend this to about 5 o'clock so I can answer more questions. I really want to invest your time. You've taken so much time to come here.
Whose career inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Growing up, and this is a true authentic story. So they used to build kites and sell. In all of these journeys, I think it is the adversity. It's a migratory town. There are 140 educational institutions. There is never a large employer. How can you create an opportunity where the children can live with their mom and dad? Many of them are blessed to have family-owned businesses and children taking over their family-owned businesses. There is a big challenge even with that.
My dad got inspired. My dad wanted to meet you as well.
Thank you so much for coming over. I would love to connect with you.
Please welcome. Sit down. My name is Siddharth. I have started my own business. It is like 2 years from now. It is a manufacturing business wherein we manufacture printing inks for flexible packaging.
Yeah?
So for food and cement and fertilizers as well.
Yeah.
So this is an existing business which we have taken over as a family. So now we are into the management, and it is 2 years from now. And I did my master's in industrial engineering from Melbourne.
Very nice. Awesome.
So then I came back here with an entrepreneurial mindset to start something on my own. And I just discussed with my dad and my mentor who was running the business for 40 years. So we discussed, and he gave me, since I am an youngster and since I have the entrepreneurial mindset, he gave me an opportunity to take his business and run. And we are running the business for now 2 years, and it's going smooth. And I just wanted to ask you a question whose career inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Thank you. So, and this is a true authentic story, okay? Growing up, while my parents were in poverty, right? But my maternal uncles, they were all doing very well. Some of them went on to do many, many big things, right? But they were never entrepreneurs. They were all working for some of the other companies, some of the other firms, but they were never entrepreneurs themselves. I had seen my great-grandmom making kites at home to make ends meet, and none of them made it big. My own parents making legume for cows, and they used to sell it in certain shops where they can do it retail. In all of these journeys, I think it is the adversity through that journey. And then I also had this thought that we have to create employment opportunities for people in Trichy. And how can we create opportunities for people to live and work? Trichy is a migratory town. There is 140 educational institutions. There is never a large employer. How can you create an opportunity where the children can live with their mom and dad, so that dads can get jobs, moms can get jobs? That was the whole idea. So that was the entire story behind it. Never something to look up to somebody to say, hey, you know what, he's the entrepreneur who I saw, and I want to be an entrepreneur like him. So thank you for asking that question. Well, I really appreciate all the success what you have. For you, a lot of people, okay, this is a story which I want to say. The biggest challenge in family-owned businesses, and this we will talk through in many, many programs as well in the coming days. Many of them are blessed to have family-owned businesses and children taking over their family-owned businesses. There is a big challenge even with that, because today's generation, or even the previous generation, you may not want to carry on the business, right? Because your passions are very, very different. My dad might run a company, but I want to become something else. I want to become a digital creator. I want to do something which I am really passionate about. How do you overcome and handle those kind of situations? So for you to take over a family business and run that, congratulations again. Thank you. Thank you. And for you to bring your dad as well, I want to absolutely thank you. So what made your dad come here?
The first time when I saw you was through Irfan's video in US.
Yeah.
So then I immediately went through you and saw your videos.
Yeah.
I just saw one video where it got completely inspired, wherein you keep that the lift, the old lift in your office.
Yeah.
So I saw that, and I am a person wherein you don't need to eliminate the waste or eliminate the vintage collections, and you still keep it. And my dad got inspired. My dad wanted to meet you as well, because he is handling he was handling a lot of businesses in US, and he wants to connect with you as well.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, uncle. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming over. I would love to connect with you.
CA and company secretary. I will speak to you, sir.
Fantastic.
Thank you for the opportunity. So I just need to ask a few things.
Yeah.
So everyone talking about entrepreneurship, how to start, how to do. The other side, the struggle, no one talk about that. to start the startup, right?
Yeah.
So we have other side.
Yeah.
So difficulty to stand by the at least.
ஒரே ஒரு நிமிஷம், நீங்க ஏன் யாருமே சாப்பிட மாட்டேங்கிறீங்க? பசியே இல்லையா உங்களுக்கு? இல்ல நான் சாப்பிடணும்னு வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்களா? இல்லாட்டி அது நல்லா இல்லையா? ஏதாவது ஒன்று சொல்லணும் நீங்க. சரி பின்ன சாப்பிடுங்க. Why are you not eating? No, I will eat. Okay, please. The thing is, while we are talking, right? I want you to please eat here, please.
So the difficulties, other side. So financial wise, then you talk about nearly said 1 year you don't need to expect a paycheck. You need to work for that. Like the other thing. So how to stay in that field long term? Okay. So for example, if last year I started my work.
Yeah.
Okay, it's less than a year. So accounting and tax related. US accounting tax related I started. Okay.
Yeah.
Last year it's almost 6 months coming to 1 year.
Very nice. You survived for 1 year?
Yeah.
Give it up for him, man. Starting a business and surviving for a year, it's no easy joke. Yeah.
So the difficulties I face it. So I just need to know and teach me that. For with my best friend I started. Later few months he left. He start the same mindset. Later he left. So at the time I faced we need to deadline is there, right? So we need to approve the client.
Yeah.
So in that situation no one if you set the experience will that give the power to handle that situation. So anyone talk about it, please tell me that your side.
Okay, so what is it that you would like to know from my side of it?
So you start a startup, right?
Yeah.
You get a situation like that. So நம்ம build பண்ணி போயிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
Yeah.
So இவங்க பார்த்துப்பாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம next step போகும்போது டக்குனு டவுன் ஆகும்.
First of all, thank you so much. You started your entrepreneurial journey. You've completed a year into it. It's a phenomenal journey, and congratulations on your success. The point what you mentioned is in the entrepreneurial journey, நீங்க வந்து கம்பெனியை build பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறப்ப வந்து நீங்க வந்து உங்களோட டீம்ல நம்பிட்டு இருப்பீங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல இந்த சென்ஸ் அவங்க வந்து பிசினஸை பார்த்துப்பாங்க, but they suddenly let you down. So I'm giving again from my personal experience. First 1 year, the way you want to look at it is you got it. So I want to go to the previous point. You need to know the business end to end. There cannot be a blind spot at all. நீங்க வந்து ink manufacturingல இருக்கீங்கன்னா you should know everything how a factory runs. You should know about invoicing. You should know who your customer is. You should know who is the key customer where you're buying from. You should know when the receivable happens, when the receivable hits your account. That's the beginning of the entrepreneurial journey. Alright, why you should know all of this is because when you are bringing in people in the business, because you are the entrepreneur, when you're bringing in people into the company, what will happen is at some point in time, if they are going to leave, it's going to create a void. And if you don't know the business, that part of the business is gone. உங்களுக்கு அந்த கஸ்டமர் தெரியலன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், after the sales guy leaves, you don't have the customer anymore. So it is so important for the first 1 to 3 years to be totally involved in the business. இன்னைக்கு வந்து even at this stage, wherever we are right now, I know who's my customer, who are all my customers. All my customers throughout my company, I would know, in all the 5 companies, I would know who are my customers. I would know what is happening with each and every account. If there is going to be a gap, I will quickly jump in, even today. But I have enough team of people who can take care of it. So நீங்க எப்படி யோசிக்கணும்னா 1 to 3 years வந்து நீங்க வந்து eyes on the ground, right, and making sure that you are totally involved in the business, not just leave it to somebody and let them run. You should still manage weekly reporting, understanding what is going on within that particular customer, whatever it is, right? So that's the way I generally manage. It's not micromanagement. It's getting to have an end-to-end view of your overall business. That is the key.
My name is Salahuddin Ahmed. நான் வந்து சென்னை பேசிக்காக சென்னை. ஸோ நான் ஒரு ஐடி ப்ரொஃபஷனல். ஸோ என்னோட பேஷன் என்னன்னா நான் ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரினர் ஆகிறேன். ஸோ அதுக்கான ஐடியாஸ் எல்லாமே இப்போ நான் இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணி நான் இது ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். என்னோட பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ உங்கள்கிட்ட வந்து இது கொஸ்டின்ஸ் என்னன்னா, ஒரு ப்ராடக்டை வந்து நான் மார்க்கெட்டில் சஸ்டைனபிள் பண்ணுறதுக்கு என்னென்ன மாதிரியான யுக்திகள் நான் பயன்படுத்தணும். அதாவது மெத்தட்ஸ் ஃபாலோ ஃபார் தி சஸ்டைனபிள் ஃபார் மை ப்ராடக்ட் இன் மார்க்கெட், இந்த குளோபல் மார்க்கெட். நான் என்னென்ன பண்ணேன்?
So you're building a product,
Yeah.
and you're trying to figure out how my product is going to sustain in the market.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what stage are you with the product right now? 50% over. Okay. And are you from that industry from where the product is?
technology side.
On the technology side. So you are trying to solve a business problem. You came from tech, but you are trying to solve some industry problem with that particular product. Okay.
B2C.
B2C. Okay. Did you do? Have you gotten it to an MVP stage? Okay, you got it to an MVP stage. Do you have a customer? Do you have a customer?
No.
Okay.
Only 50% is finished, but I will target my customer.
Okay. Go on.
Product in the global market.
Okay, yes, I will get to that. I will get to that stage where you are going to ask, where I will answer that question, how do you sustain it in a global market, okay? But the most important question is, if you are at an MVP stage, நீங்க என்னைக்குமே ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் பில்ட் பண்றீங்கன்னா, this should be the fundamental secret, okay? The secret is, because we have done product development, right? If you are driving a Toyota or a Lexus, and you're opening your car with your phone, right? That is our tech. It's called as Vouch. Close to about 10 million consumers globally, worldwide. So we know what it is, right? So I'm talking from a point of where we started this journey and where we are. You can create a particular product and you can try to find the customer. So it's like you made an apple and you're trying to figure out, hey, customer, would you like this apple? The customer says, no, I'm not interested in an apple, I want an orange, right? So when you are in a product journey, it is so important to create a product around a customer who wants to do a POC with you, a proof of concept with you. And the proof of concept, while you're doing the proof of concept, the customer, so your MVP, through the MVP journey, நீங்க ஒரு சில மாடியூல்ஸ் மட்டும் பில்ட் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க உங்க ப்ராடக்ட்ல, உங்க கஸ்டமர் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண யூஸ் பண்ண ஆரம்பிப்பாங்க. Then அதுல இருந்து உங்களுக்கு ஐடியாஸ் வரும், கஸ்டமர்ஸ் ட்வீக்ஸ் கொடுப்பாங்க. Then you start adding further and further modules or various different enhancements into the product, and then you take that product to shape. That is how you get your first customer, all right? Once you get your first customer, you are talking about expanding into the global markets. My humble request is focus in whatever markets you are landing. Okay, so நீங்க India markets start பண்றீங்கன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்களேன், focus completely on India markets, and then you expand into the global markets. When you are global sustainability, that is what your question is, right? How do you expand globally? First, when நீங்க Indiaல, if you start implementing, many of the customers whom you use, who are going to be using your product here, they will be multinational corporations who have overseas entities. As a result of which they themselves will take your product globally. That's how the product becomes globally sustainable. When your customers are using it globally and they are organizations who have global entities, that's where it becomes a super hit. I hope I answered your question. All right, awesome, thank you.
இது ஃபண்ட் ரைஸ் பண்றதுக்கு என்ன மாதிரியான மெத்தட்ஸ் ஃபாலோ பண்ணலாம்?
Yeah.
உங்கள்ட்ட இருந்தும் from வெளிய உங்களுக்கு
Yeah. So fundraising எப்படி, how do you do fundraising? If you're doing a startup and you want to do fundraising, the first and foremost thing is seed funding. Okay, you have an idea and you want to raise funds, and I answered, I think, to your question. எப்படின்னா உங்களோட ஐடியா that is the fourth thing. உங்களோட ஸ்கில் என்ன, உங்களுக்கு அந்த பிசினஸ்ல ஸ்கில் இருக்கா, right? Do you come from that background? And then what does your leadership team look like? All right, நீங்க who are the people whom you are going to utilize in your team to build this particular product? All right, the third thing or the fourth thing is what we will look at as an idea. So நீங்க if you have an idea, you can always pitch it to us, and we will tell you, hey, and we will give you the recommendation as well. இதெல்லாம் மிஸ்ஸிங்கா இருக்கு. If the idea is great, absolutely we will. And whether it is seed funding or venture capital funding, wherever you are, we will absolutely consider your ideas, and we can also give you recommendations that, hey, go to this particular VC or go to this particular event. I can do some introductions so people can, even if we don't do it, because how do we look at naanga endha area la invest pannanum nenapona, generally, is it our sweet spot? Do we know that industry? Adula dhaan pannuvom, illati adha vittu vella poi panna maatom. Right, so that's what I want to tell you. Thank you.